The heart is the one that generates the strongest electromagnetic field because of the pulse that we create. So when electricity is created, so is magnetism, electromagnetic. And so we're basically creating this magnetic field around ourselves with our heartbeat. And so as that happens, other humans are doing the same thing, and we're literally like reading each other's field.
Hi, welcome to another episode of the Freedom Culture Podcast. My name is Julian Guderlei, and I'm here right now with Claudia Fernandez. Welcome,
Hello.
Claudia.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm so stoked to hang out with you and record because we're both total heart math geeks, and we realize that. So for those of you not familiar with heart math, but they've done a lot of research on heart patterns and coherence patterns between heart and brain and our energetic fields, our auras, and the way our planet and the human energy kind of actually relate in an energetic and magnetic sense. And there's a lot of scientific proof. Anyway, I won't give it enough credit, but we've had a geeking out moment over that, and then realized that's the basis of your brand, actually. So let me maybe start with asking you, what is it about the coherence research that you appreciate so much?
Oh, great question. So, first of all, just to create shared reality around the meaning of the word coherence, it's really about having a field of, in communication, a field of communication that is shared and that people, everybody's in agreement with. And so, that's actually came from a heart math experiment of being in coherence based on having your heartbeat be in coherence. So when you go into a state of coherence, which is what heart math calls the state when your body starts to regenerate and restore, because your heart actually starts beating like a sine wave on the electrocardiogram. So as your heart's beating like a sine wave, the responses in your body are all restorative and regenerative, and your creativity opens up. And so you really want to be in a coherent state, beating with your heart beating. And I forgot the amount of hertz it is. I mean, I'm a heart math geek, but there's little details that I'm not fully aware of. But basically, once your heart starts beating in a coherent fashion, which is when you're feeling in harmony with your environment, happy, basically stress-free.
Yeah.
Then you generate the coherent heartbeat. And when there's
Exactly.
multiple humans creating a coherent heartbeat, that's when movements can happen.
It's like a unified field.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the coherent heartbeat creates electromagnetism. So the heart is the most electromagnetic organ that we have. Like every organ generates an electromagnetic field, but the heart is the one that generates the strongest electromagnetic field because of the pulse that we create. So when electricity is created, so is magnetism, electromagnetic. And so we're basically creating this magnetic field around ourselves with our heartbeat. And so as that happens, other humans are doing the same thing, and we're literally like reading each other's fields.
Jungle showing up. There's just a beautiful butterfly-esque,
Oh, beautiful.
coherent animal flying by.
Yeah. So basically, when I was coaching clients, I see that there's a fear of like looking good. Normal branding has this, you have to look like a very rich man.
Yeah, it's like a very old paradigm almost. I find it very curious because when you take these concepts like heart coherence and synergy or synarchy and like a unified field theory into the context of building business and enterprises, it opens up a complete new way of relating to your customers and to your audience or your followers or the people that are buying from you what you have to offer. So tell us about
100%.
how you work with clients on that process. I'd love to know.
So basically, so just really quick to explain to you how this electromagnetic field works. So it looks like a donut. It's
The torus field.
It's called the toroidal field. And so your heart, it generates this electromagnetic field that looks like a donut around you. It can be measured up to 12 feet from your heart. And the message, like the emotions that you feel affect whether your heartbeat is beating coherently or incoherently, which is the opposite of what happens in the body. The body starts to degenerate, or all of the degenerative processes start when there's cortisol and adrenaline in the body. And so that's what an incoherent heartbeat happens. So you want to be in a coherent heartbeat as much as possible as you're creating your branding, because that's what's when you're coming from that state of being, your creativity first of all is off the charts, and your messaging is truly authentic.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have a branding process that I do with my clients, and basically to get the best out of this. They do a blindfold. They put on some blindfolds, and
Oh wow, it's like an immersive experience.
yeah, I mean, it's the thing is where you touch yourself in the body, actually you grow. I mean, we all know it from being kids and whatever. It's the you have a. If you touch, there's been studies that when you touch your heart, it actually physically grows. When you focus on one part of your body being bigger, it does slightly. It can be measured.
Mm-hmm. Wow, fascinating. I didn't know that there's actually scientific proof of that as well. But at the same time, there's so much correlation in my own way of growing up. I mean, we have such an epigenetic, deliberate connection and relationship with our bodies. So. Very curious to hear how that relates into
you basically
the way we can actually relate to our clients. Yeah.
Well, I feel like you have to have a really genuine message to truly touch the people you want to touch. You have to really go into your heart, and in your heart are all the answers. We hear it in culture. Follow your heart. What does your heart say? Listen to your heart. Mm-hmm. It's always no one ever tells you to listen to your brain. And so
that's so curious. Yeah, it's true. It's curious but true, right? I mean, the heart is our governing intelligence.
It is. It's where our intuition comes from. And so, actually, that heart math, that's another amazing heart math experiment that they were the ones that proved that the heart has its own nervous system. There's neurons in the heart. So we have like a second brain inside the heart and in our gut. There's neurons in our heart and in our gut.
The heart-brain connection.
And so by, basically, I tell my clients when we do the process is to be in a very quiet place, to not be cold or hot, and, really be ready to go within. And so I have them touch their heart center and close their eyes and start answering an inquiry of who they are.
Oh, wow. So that's why you're saying you ask people to touch themselves at their heart, because basically saying, what do you want to grow more starting at your heart? And really visualize and feel that. Create the emotional connection to the reality you want to create.
Yeah.
And from that place, express your avatar, your persona, your business, the name of your company, the wording or the narrative.
Yeah, and it's the most authentic place to come from. Because you said it, you declared whatever comes out of your mouth, you've declared it in a place of full listening to yourself where there's no outside distractions, there's no indoor distractions, there's only you and the question.
Well, first of all, I'm super happy that we'll get to work together at a future incubator version of Superhero Academy, a continuation of this freedom culture.
Great
Check out Montreal, great city for innovation, but I want to step deeper into that process with you, because it sounds like even though I already have a brand in myself and continuously unfolding into more and more creation, I feel like I almost want to make sure it comes from my heart and mainly from my heart.
And only from your
and
heart.
But in the same time, our mind's creation are very important too, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there's the whole
messaging starts
systems
there.
of what we're creating. Yeah, the messaging starts in the heart.
There,
exactly.
And then the mind can massage the language.
This is going to be exciting to expand on as well. So tell me maybe a little bit about how you see freedom culture as a group that you're a part of. You've been on Punta Mona for weeks now. You've been traveling with Marcangelo Coppola. Big shout out to Mark for bringing all this together with Samantha and Garrett and the whole crew, basically the whole family, all the superheroes and freedom culture collaborators. But Claudia, I want to know from you, what does freedom culture really mean to you when you tap into your heart?
Freedom culture means a template for the new humanity. It's a place where you can be radically self-expressed.
Radical self-expression.
And be received in community. And it's a place where you can express whatever's coming up for you, whatever you're moving through, whatever wounding that you have, and find people that will be there and meet you in that pain and be a space for your healing.
Like a culture of conscious relating.
Yeah, not just that, it's also fun
Yeah.
and wild.
Action, fun, all of it.
We're in the middle of a rainforest.
And we're about to actually travel. This is the coolest part of the event in my eyes. We're about to travel from Punta Mona all the way to the east coast. Sorry, from the east coast to the west coast of the country, to the Pacific side, to start Envision Festival with the beautiful crew of Envision. So, Claudia, thank you so much for this super short and sweet intro interview about your branding. I'm sure we'll get to sit together again. Superhero Academy is certainly our next meeting point. What would you like to share? Anything else at this point, maybe in regards to Superhero Academy, or
Yes.
maybe you have a story or like something that made you smile or laugh recently?
Well, I mean, Superhero Academy is very much just it's a lot of it's what spawned this. It's Mark Angelo's marketing agency, and he's tired of doing marketing jobs. He wants to actually work with impact brands and influencers, and we've started working together for basically getting good marketing behind things that are doing really good on the planet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boom.
And so
That's a dream team, actually,
Yeah.
from knowing both of you.
yeah, and so we have the platform of Superhero Academy,
Yeah.
where all you superheroes that want to create an online course that really, has the potential to move a lot of hearts and transform a lot of humans. It's a platform for that, and so we're kicking it off this year with probably maybe 10 online courses, because we do everything from producing the video, optimizing it for social, creating a social media strategy, doing all the distribution of putting your ads out to pages with a lot of viewers that are
Yeah.
connected to what you need. So it's really cool. They do like a full A to Z service. And if you're out there and you're a conscious brand, or a conscious brand that could use some good marketing, reach out to Superhero Academy. You can reach out to me or Garrett or Mark Angelo. Actually,
You could reach out to me as well, but Claudia is a good start.
yeah.
Garrett is probably the right person to talk to as well.
Yeah, and actually, but those guys get so hit up by tons of people
Yeah.
that
Talk to Claudia. So how do people reach you? Is that Facebook is the best, or is it?
Yeah,
is it
Facebook's the best for
Claudia
now.
Fernandez.
Yeah, it's Claudia
Okay.
Christina.
Christina.
Christina with Christina without an H. Claudia Christina Fernandez, with an F as in Frank. So
Thank you, Claudia. It's such a
yeah.
pleasure to drop in with you for a micro episode. The last one I think I did with Garrett. Seems to be like a core team kind of quick drop in. I love to both do really long episodes and at the same time have the ability to kind of be flexible with jungle time, literally jungle time. You're watching this right now. A part of being in the jungle is that a lot of plans you make don't really happen the way you plan them, but you've got to really rise and live with the emergent field of how reality unfolds, because 100 people in this location, Punta Mona, is not necessarily their normal. So
Yeah.
very, very curious. Claudia, thank you. Thank you so much.
Julian.